LTN Hour. Let's talk NASCAR with your host, Todd Bailing, co-hosts Brian Schmidt, PJ Noodleman, and producer Dangerous Dan Margetta. Call the show anytime at 414-421-7901. And now, the creator and host of the fastest hour in radio, Todd Bailing.
All right, summer vacation is over. I'm back. Thanks to PJ for doing such a spectacular job last couple of weeks. Nice to see you, everybody. Todd Bailing in Greendale, Wisconsin, not Stuttgart, Germany, where I've spent most of the last 3 weeks. It's great to be back. By the way, I learned a new word. It's Ausfahrt. I'll tell you later what that means. It's a German word, that's for damn sure. I am joined by my three partners. First of all, two of the three are on the road again. They're down. They spent the weekend in beautiful Indianapolis, Indiana. Where are you guys exactly? In a parking lot, I guess, right? Brian Schmidt and Dan Margetta are somewhere in Indiana.
Yes, we're right outside the state line, Indiana-Illinois state line. We're at the Hard Rock, Northern Indiana parking lot, actually, hanging out here to do the show, looking at the traffic going slow like is normally the case right outside of Chicago. Yes, we were down here for the weekend. Hotter than hell down here, I guess you could say is what it was. Saw the trucks in the ARCA Series on Friday night and took in the ASA Stars National Tour Redbud 400 last night in Anderson, Indiana. We've got to get home tonight. We wanted to go to the Brickyard, but Dan's got to get to Slinger tonight for a big race there, right, Dan?
Yeah, I'm skipping the Brickyard to do the Slinger Carl Wegner night tonight. It's going to be a pretty big race, and had a fun weekend. Like you said, it was really hot down here, and saw some great racing, but the heat is quite intense.
It wasn't exactly that hot. It's just it's not the heat, it's the humidity. PJ Noodleman is also on board, and PJ, thanks so much for doing such a great job the last couple of weeks.
Of course, my pleasure.
And we are getting ready for Indianapolis, as you may have heard by now, the Brickyard 400. It's the last race that will be on TNT. I'm very happy that they had it, though, because True TV, I was able to stream at my daughter's place in Stuttgart, and I was able to watch the race. That was pretty cool. As a matter of fact, the last two races, it's on pretty damn late at night, I'll tell you that much. But that's okay. I didn't have to get up in the morning, so it was all good. This is what a big deal we have. Hey, what is up with Briscoe? That guy can really qualify, can't he? He did it again. We've had some repeaters recently, like Briscoe, that name's come up. Connor Zilish, his name has come up a couple of times. SVG, he did a couple in a row. This has been the streak time, apparently, in the middle of summer, and that's what we're looking at. Briscoe once again on the pole this week for Indianapolis. The last race on TNT, the green flag is at 1:20 Central Time this afternoon. They're looking at 80s with a 65% chance of precipitation at one time or another during the race, so it could be delayed. And like we just mentioned, it's the humidity. It's not just here in Wisconsin. I guess in Illinois and in Indiana, they've had some major issues with precipitation.
Corn sweat. That's the problem, Todd. That's the key phrase for this time of the year, the corn sweat down here. I mean, for people that follow weather, the dew point yesterday when we were at Anderson was 79. That means if the temperature got down to 79, you'd have thick fog, which is like unheard of around here. It's crazy.
Corn fog? What the hell is that?
Or corn sweat. It's the
sweat.
Corn stalk takes in the moisture and it omits the moisture into the air, and it can raise the dew point 2 degrees when you're standing next to one. It's crazy. They did while you were gone last week, they did a whole segment on the weather in Milwaukee about it, because it's getting that way up by us.
I used to do tassel corn. I can attest to that. That is the most brutal thing you'll ever experience.
Well, boy, oh boy, I just never paid attention in farm class in the Milwaukee public schools, so I guess I should have paid closer attention. That's amazing. Corn causes humidity. There you go. Something I didn't know. No wonder there's no corn in Arizona when I'm out there. This will be a hell of a race based on what we've seen so far. The Xfinity Series ran yesterday. Connor Zilish, is this kid for real? He's 19 years old. He won his third straight race. And really, well, he probably wouldn't have if there hadn't been some shenanigans late in the race, which is what happens. We're going to have shenanigans. I'm going to tell you right now, restarts today are going to be must-see TV because that's where all the passing happens and all the fender banging action, as we say, and otherwise they get strung out pretty bad. And I'm not sure that the racing is going to be all that good, which is what the problem has been while racing on the big track in the past. So, but there are some things to watch. We have the tie versus tie event today. For those of you who are going to be on the edge of your seats, Ty Dillon and Ty Gibbs battle it out for a $1 million prize. It goes to the car owner and whatever the agreement is for driver pay. So Dillon or Gibbs isn't really going to get the money.
Well, that's what everybody was wondering when they announced this. They thought the driver was going to get $1 million, whoever won this in-season tournament. Now they change it and says, well, we'll give $1 million to the car owner, and whatever their contract says they're getting paid, that's what the driver's going to get. I'm still wondering, is there any kind of rules in place to not stuffing this guy in a wall in lap 2 to win your $1 million? Because, I mean, you know how drivers work. I mean, if it's there, they'll do that.
You know, is it just me? This is the only time we're ever going to be rooting for Dillon, I guess, right? I mean, Gibbs is such an unpopular driver that for once everybody, Ty Dillon has more fans than he's ever had before today. So
it's the battle of the silver spoons.
Oh, isn't that true, huh? Geez, I didn't even think of it that way. Oh my God. Yes, it is. So fun.
I think after yesterday's Xfinity race, you're not going to see people trying to intentionally wreck anybody because we saw Austin Hill do that yesterday. And even though he says he didn't do it intentionally, that's about as intentional gets. So, I mean, I think you're going to be, pretty careful about that. And I think, the two ties you're not going to see any of that after what we saw yesterday because it's darn right dangerous to do that stuff at Indianapolis where you got the 90-degree corners.
Richard Childress has been put into the unenviable position of defending Austin Hill for what looked about as blatant a move as you're ever going to see. Mm-hmm. He said he had to correct it after Almirola got into him a little bit. That's not really the way I saw it, but I'm not, I'm sure NASCAR the right thing.
If you're going to say that, don't wear white gloves because we can see that when we slow it down.
Right?
Yeah, that's kind of hard to beat that shot, isn't it? But hey, right there is a microcosm of what we're going to be doing now that we're racing back on the big track with stock cars, which just aren't as fast as those Indy cars. And there's a lot closer racing, at least on restarts. And these guys are going to be getting into each other and they're going to be doing a little bangity. And we're going to see if you don't, you're going to have to just strategize this thing. I would hate to be the one to make the odds for today because it is just going to be a crapshoot completely. As far as I'm concerned, there's so many different factors that go into it, including because it's been so humid, the driver, I wouldn't call it fatigue, but the driver himself will play into it. You're going to have, did I see that right? 12 sets of tires for a 160 lap race. What is that? My math isn't real good. Is that about 12 or 15 laps per set? That seems to be a little excessive. Do they run out like they did in the old days? I'm not sure about that either. So that's going to be part of it. Strategy. Stay out. How are your tires? We only got a couple of laps on them. We need the track. Track position is going to be everything. And should be fun to watch. This TNT event gets underway at 1:20 today. And we might look for some issues there with precipitation and whatnot because it's been an issue all over the place. We're really happy you tuned in today. Gosh, it sure is nice to be in this beautiful Wisconsin summer weather, isn't it? We're going to sneak away for a break and be back. We're happy you're listening.
This Sunday night at the Slinger Super Speedway, it's the 7th annual Carl Wagner Memorial. Watch the intense 100-lap Super Late Model feature with up to $12,000 to win. Brought to you by Wagner Motorsports. Plus, enjoy 4 more exciting divisions, including the Wild Figure 8. Gates open early. Racing starts at 6:30. Bring the whole family. A 5-pack of tickets is just $40. Get your tickets today at SlingerSuperspeedway.com.
As a growing manufacturing company, we needed security solutions. We chose Bonafide because of the services they offer, pricing, and trusted reputation. But it's their outstanding service and support that convinced us we made the right choice with Bonafide.
When businesses need security, they contact Bonafide Security Solutions. From locks and alarms to safes and surveillance, we do it all. We are Bonafide. We protect what you value. For your free security survey, call us today or visit bonafidesafe.com.
The summer heat is on, and PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend has everything you need with fresh mulch arriving daily. From premium hardwood mulch to hemlock and pine bark to EnviroMulch in red, gold, chocolate brown, and black colors. PMF also has a large variety of decorative stone and granite, as well as field stone, topsoil, and compost. For all your landscaping needs, visit PMF Landscape Supply, 5470 River Road in West Bend. Call 262-338-8800. Or visit pmflandscape.com. Friends of racing for many years. PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend.
Chimney Mechanics installs and services wood, natural gas, propane, pellet stoves, and chimneys. We service all of Wisconsin, the UP, and Northern Illinois. We repair all brands and all models of fireplaces, no matter where you bought it. We do custom chimney caps, liners, chimney fire repairs, water and stonework, water leak repairs, and replacement dampers. We do new construction and insurance work. No job is too big or too small. ChimneyMechanics.com. That's Chimney Mechanics with an X. Check us out on Facebook.
The destination for Packers training camp coverage.
Let's do it. Ready?
The flagship of the Green Bay Packers radio network, 97.3 The Game.
Well, I'm accustomed to saying I was wrong. I've been married 53 years, but I got to tell you, I really totally got it wrong. I never, ever thought that the Michael Jordan case in court would never get this far. I thought they would come up with a settlement instead of going and trying to self-fund your team and not getting your cut of the money every week. Apparently, Michael Jordan has way more money than I've even imagined he could have, because he is going to self-fund his team while they wait for December. Dan, did I get that right? December? That's the rest of the season to self-fund your team.
Yeah, that's a long time, and they claim they're going to fight it out. I mean, I'm wondering how serious that is. I mean, it's going to start to really feel the pinch, I think, as we get going here. The first 2 weeks, well, you kind of, work through it, but when it starts getting to the nitty-gritty here, when it's, 6-7 weeks from now and actually go towards the end of the season, that's a lot of money that you are going to get that you're not bringing in. And I'm not sure, are they still just holding out to try to just get this thing to court, to try to have everything, play everything out, and they're going to maybe have public opinion on their side and say this is what NASCAR all does? I still don't understand. I mean, I don't think they're winning this right now. I'm not sure if they do win it, the win is going to be that great.
Well, I have to tell you, I thought that Michael Jordan would have to lick his wounds and say, okay, whatever you give us, thank you very much, we're happy to be here. But by the fact that he said we're going to self-fund until this court date, now the ball is back in NASCAR's court. And the last thing, trust me on this, that they want to do is open the books. And they might have to if it makes it all the way to court, right? I mean, that
is the end game. That's exactly what he's banking on. And while you may not think Jordan has that much money, the guy really was pretty smart with his money, investing it and doing smart things with franchising his own name and likeness and the Nike shoes and all that stuff. So to say he wouldn't be able to afford to do that, maybe a little short-sighted.
Yeah, no kidding. Well,
and I think that's what Denny Hamlin is really after. I mean, last week during his press conferences, that was his thing. Wait till December 1st. Wait till December 1st. His goal is to get NASCAR to open the book so everybody can see. There's something there that he thinks, and I don't think he even knows 100%, but there's something there that he thinks is going to open everybody's eyes and that everybody wants to see. What exactly that is, I don't know. Is it what they've spent money on over the years? It's, stuff like we've talked about, like spending all the money.
Insane amount of money they take in.
Yeah. Spending all the money to race in Chicago, spending all this money here, and then the teams aren't getting as much of that back. If that's what he wants them to see, I think a lot of us know that already. So I don't know exactly what it is, but there's something they're banking on.
It's a lot like the Epstein files. We all kind of know what's in there, and it ain't going to be pretty either way.
Yeah, having it come out is what the whole thing is, and NASCAR just doesn't want that to happen. So now I would say NASCAR has the pressure on them to do something, to come up with some sort of concession, which they don't want to do. Apparently, they said they already had some concessions. It's better than what we had last time. Well, yeah. Well, you're messing with Michael Jordan, and apparently he wasn't just the greatest basketball player that ever lived. He is one hell of a businessman, too, and knows how to handle the money. And this is going to be really good. I don't think NASCAR is going to open the books, and I think there's going to be a settlement. That's the only thing that's changed about what I thought in the beginning. I just didn't think it would get this far, and it already has. So this is going to be compelling. They're trying to hold each other's fingers to the flame, and we'll see who blinks first. The number to call if you'd like to be a part of this program, 414-421-7901. Our old friend Greg from far away Milwaukee is waiting to talk to us. Greg, welcome back. Good to hear your voice again.
Yes, Todd. Glad you're back safely. If I knew what retirement would be like from the post office, I wish you would have recruited me at the time.
Well, I have a daughter that lives there, so you use airline credit card points, and you live with your daughter when you get over there, and then you can do it pretty economically.
Yeah, sure. That's why stamps are going up, too. Anyhow, two things. On the Infinity race from the CW gets me glued to the antenna TV every week. With Connor Zilic and Sam Mayer, Tom Majewski, it really has added a lot to the weekly events. But I have a question for you. Why is there such a drop-off with talent or whatever it is? All of a sudden, Harvick couldn't win. Kyle Busch couldn't win. Keselowski can't win. Even Chase Elliott is in that mix. Is it the teams? Is it the drivers? What is it? And I also think there's going to be a conspiracy against Bubba Wallace and the other driver over there, Hamlin. I don't think Hamlin's going to win the championship because of this lawsuit and all the impending litigations by Michael Jordan. What do you guys think?
Oh, that's interesting. All right, we'll kick that around, Greg, and thank you for the call. We do appreciate it. Yeah, it's to me, some teams have adapted quickly to this car. Some drivers have to change their driving style to match the new car, and I think that's why some of the names that used to run up front aren't running up like they used to. But that's just me being a non-technical type of guy. What do my teammates think about this?
Oh, absolutely. I agree 100%. That's exactly what it is. Kyle Busch has not been able to adapt to this new car, and he's admitted it. You know, the old cars, like the Xfinity cars, those are truck arm cars, they called them. They're completely different setups. It's not independent suspension in the entire thing. You know, it's a completely different way of driving a race car. And these older guys, Harvick was one of them. That's why Harvick got out when he did. And I think Chase Elliott might even be a little bit of that, especially on the road courses, because he was lights out on the road courses with the old style car. So, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
And we've got some young stars coming in, i.e. Connor Zilic, he hasn't raced in this new car very much, but he is going to be racing today, by the way, at Indianapolis. So we'll be able to see just how this, the future of the sport. I swear to God, this guy is something else. He will be in the 99 because they haven't announced it yet. But if you're going to replace a driver who is of some talent with another driver, Zilic is the guy. We're going to see just how quickly he adapts to this car. I have a funny feeling he's going to be okay.
But, and remember, Connor Zilic is coming from IMSA. He ran a lot of IMSA races, and a lot of the stuff that are on these new Cup cars are kind of from the IMSA series. So for him, it's not as foreign as a lot of these guys that have been running these cars. More foreign to him were these Xfinity cars. And that's how scary it is that he's doing so well in it. He's more used to the higher tech, more independent rear suspension cars that the Cup cars are. So for me, I think if you're going to see one guy jump into that car and be really good right away, I think he's the best shot you have of that.
I think you're right. Greg, thanks for calling. Good to hear your voice again. We're going to sneak away and be back.
This Sunday night at the Slinger Super Speedway, it's the 7th annual Carl Wagner Memorial. Watch the intense 100-lap Super Late Model feature with up to $12,000 to win. Brought to you by Wagner Motorsports. Plus, enjoy 4 more exciting divisions, including the Wild Figure Eights. Gates open early. Racing starts at 6:30. Bring the whole family. A 5-pack of tickets is just $40. Get your tickets today at SlingerSuperspeedway.com.
From racing engines to street engines, long blocks to turnkey packages, or complete custom engines, just ask and Wagner Automotive can fill your needs. All backed by many years of racing experience. These years of experience have provided reliability and performance that customers need to win races. Wagner's has been building championship-winning engines for top teams from NASCAR to short tracks in your backyard. This expertise has carried over to street engines they supply to top custom car builders. The Wagner Company, in the heart of Wisconsin, is outfitted with the state-of-the-art machinery necessary to design, manufacture, build, and test custom engines and their accessory parts. Dyno services are independently available for anyone needed to test their engine. Wagner's Company can also provide you or your company with production CNC machining or welding services. All your questions and requests are handled personally by Casey Wagner. Just give us a call at 920-394-3557 or visit our website at WagnerAutomotive.com.
Miller Sales and Service of Random Lake is where to go for a trailer, no matter what you're hauling. Tom and Jerry Miller have been selling trailers from B&B, Trophy, and Bravo for over 50 years. Quality and integrity is what put them on the map on the corner of 57 and K since 1939. Home of the number 89 dirt and asphalt cars of Brad Miller. That's Miller Sales and Service. It's where to go for a trailer, just 20 minutes north of Milwaukee. Call them 920-994-4358.
As a growing manufacturing company, we needed security solutions. We chose Bonafide because of the services they offer, pricing, and trusted reputation. But it's their outstanding service and support that convinced us we made the right choice with Bonafide.
When businesses need security, they contact Bonafide Security Solutions. From locks and alarms to safes and surveillance, we do it all. We are Bonafide. We protect what you value. For your free security survey, call us today or visit BonafideSafe.com.
Get ready, Badgers football fans. This season will be here soon. August 28th, the Badgers open at home against the Red Hawks of Miami.
He's going all the way. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
Listen to the Badgers all season, 97.3 The Game.
Well, NASCAR was, they like to sneak out a little bit and say, hey, we're gonna race at San Diego, but it's just a rumor. They tell members of the media that, and then that gets out and everybody starts whispering about it. It's how they do business. What we didn't know about that whole thing is where they were going to race. I know San Diego a little bit, and I thought it would be in the Gaslight District downtown to be similar to what happened in Chicago. It's the second biggest city in the state of California, so it is going to be a major thing, but it was a major thing in Chicago too. Well, I was wrong again. I'm getting good at being wrong. It's going to be on the Navy base there. There's the Naval Air Station North Island is right there. It's Coronado is what it is. It's an island in the middle of San Diego Bay. It's connected by this huge bridge, which they're going to have to use for traffic control. That ought to be interesting, too. They're going to have to put most of the lanes going in on race morning and most of the lanes going out in the afternoon. They've done that before. It's something that they'll have to take into consideration. What's odd about the whole thing, though, is that it's going to be on Father's Day. Brian, am I the only one that thought that was just a little unusual?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, Father's Day in Coronado, I thought would be kind of a strange. I mean, when they originally said they were going to race in San Diego, I thought, okay, perfect. Now you're going to go back to the West Coast trip that we had before, throwing in Phoenix, Vegas, and then we had California. We'll just add San Diego to that. And now that they're running on Father's Day, to me, it just seems kind of like a disjointed time. If you want to get a lot of people there, I was even thinking about going if it was going to be in March, and you too as well because you're out there. But with it being Father's Day, I'm not going to make a trip out there around this time of year. So I thought the date was kind of strange. I think the location is outstanding. I mean, you're not going to interfere with, big time traffic issues like you had in Chicago. I harken back to the old IndyCar days at the Burke Lakefront Airport. If it's going to look anything like that was really cool for them. I mean, if you're in the grandstand, you can see a large portion of the track. Now, we don't know what the track layout is yet. The little diagram they had in that video is not what they're going to use. They've made that very clear. They kind of just put that together so they could have the hype video. But, I mean, if you're going to have a situation where you're going to be able to see a good portion of the track, I think that's a win right there.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good situation. The timing could be how long it's going to take to get this course together. Maybe March is too soon of a time to get that done. And the Father's Day weekend kind of is right where Mexico City was last year, and that kind of gives them enough time to do that way. I wonder how the barriers are going to be on this racetrack, because if you have a Cody Ware situation here at San Diego, you're going to probably put somebody in a drink, aren't you?
No, there's plenty of room. Don't you worry about it. It's an air base. There's plenty of room there. All three series are going to race there, too. Trucks and Xfinity will be Friday and Saturday, and the Cup race on Sunday. There is an old, historic wooden hotel on Coronado Island called the Hotel del Coronado. I checked it to see what rooms would be. They're ridiculously expensive to start with, and the hotel is not available on that weekend. Well, that's not a surprise.
I heard talk too. I don't know how true this was. I haven't really checked it out, but are there tickets available on their website for just Saturday and Sunday? And then I thought there was some talk that maybe Friday might be held just for like Navy personnel and their families kind of thing. I don't know if that's going to come about or if that's part of it. That was just some talk we heard. But that could be something there, too, where the trucks might be racing just in front of all the military families.
That's interesting. There's a huge military presence out there, but that it doesn't seem to make sense to me. If they were thinking of doing that, I realize it's the Navy's birthday, and that's the whole, celebration thing about it. But, I don't know that that's actually going to be what the issue is. I will say.
Todd, you said you've been there a couple times, right, Todd?
Sure.
This location. Is it, like, a lot of people have been asking, and I've heard different talk during the week, like, how hard is it going to be to get people in and out of there? Is that place designed for large volumes of people to come in? Like, do they have air shows there and stuff like that? Or
the thing about air shows, you can sit anywhere and watch an air show. You don't have to be on the island itself. No, there's a big, beautiful bridge going over. I think it's 2 lanes in each direction, but that's it. So, that they're going to have to figure something out that way but they've dealt with this kind of thing in the past, and I don't see that going to be a big issue. The first thing that I thought of, though, is that this is El Cajon, California is right there. It's a suburb of San Diego. So we don't know what Jimmy Johnson's schedule is yet next year, but I'll guarantee you that's going to be one of them. He's going to be out there for that one. That's his hometown, and it's a kind of a big deal for him out there. So that's pretty nice. So in summary, it's going to be a pretty neat venue. I don't care for the schedule that has so many road courses. It's not what put NASCAR on the map. I could pontificate all day. There are better road courses to have, but probably not in a better location because they have to race in Southern California. It's important to them, and they've screwed up their own racetrack, and now they're trying to put it in different places, including the Coliseum and now on Coronado Island and who knows where else. Well, we never came up with this idea when we were talking about possible locations. So they've done their homework and they've done all this, but we have enough road courses. You're going to have so many road courses that SVG is going to be the number 1 seed going into the playoffs, and he won't make it out of the first round. That's how many road courses we have. But either way, it'll be an event, but it's Father's Day weekend, and just no reason. It's San Diego brags about their weather. It's 74-degree temperatures year-round. That's nice in June and all that, but, wouldn't you have rather been there in, like, March or something? Wouldn't that have made more sense? That's just me. We're real happy you tuned in. We got some other things to talk about. It's the Mark Martin versus Danielle Trotta battle. We'll talk about when we come back.
Be at the Fair Park in Plymouth this Saturday night for an exciting night of racing. This week, it's the always popular Candy and Coin Drop presented by Vandervaart Concrete and Kids Glow Stick giveaway sponsored by Modern Woodmen of America. Also see the Sprint Cars, Grand Nationals, B-Mods, and Lightning Sprints. Gates open at 4:30, qualifying at 5:30. Saturday, August 9th, it's championship night for the Super 6 late models. Awesome food, covered grandstand, all at the Fair Park. We'll see you there.
Miller Sales and Service of Random Lake is where to go for a trailer, no matter what you're hauling. Tom and Jerry Miller have been selling trailers from B&B, Trophy, and Bravo for over 50 years. Quality and integrity is what put them on the map on the corner of 57 and K since 1939. Home of the number 89 dirt and asphalt cars of Brad Miller. That's Miller Sales and Service. It's where to go for a trailer, just 20 minutes north of Milwaukee. Call them 920-994-4358.
The summer heat is on, and PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend has everything you need with fresh mulch arriving daily. From premium hardwood mulch to hemlock and pine bark to EnviroMulch in red, gold, chocolate brown, and black colors. PMF also has a large variety of decorative stone and granite, as well as field stone, topsoil, and compost. For all your landscaping needs, visit PMF Landscape Supply, 5470 River Road in West Bend. Call 262-338-8800 or visit pmflandscape.com. Friends of racing for many years. PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend.
Chimney Mechanics installs and services wood, natural gas, propane, pellet stoves, and chimneys. We service all of Wisconsin, the UP, and Northern Illinois. We repair all brands and all models of fireplaces, no matter where you bought it. We do custom chimney caps, liners, chimney fire repairs, water and stone work, water leak repairs, and replacement dampers. We do new construction and insurance work. No job is too big or too small. ChimneyMechanics.com. That's Chimney Mechanics with an X. Check us out on Facebook.
Right now, the Dan Patrick Show.
Dan Patrick.
Flag football, I don't get this. The NFL was really proactive in getting flag football into the LA Olympics. If I'm the Dolphins owner, am I letting Tyreek Hill play? No. Am I going to let Joe Burrow play? No.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan and the Danettes and you.
The Dan Patrick Show. Weekdays at 8 a.m. on Fox Sports 920.
Our old friend Mark Martin is very, very active on social media. One thing that I was unaware of, I had dinner with him this past March at Jerry Gunderman's place. I was lucky enough to have been invited over there. And we talked about several things, and one of them was I didn't realize that he was on a NASCAR competition committee. It would seem to me it's not a playoff committee, by the way, like Danielle Trotta said he was. He's on a competition committee. They talk about all different things with the sport, what's good, what's bad, where to fix things, how are we doing here, how are we doing there. But he told me that this committee meets regularly. They talk about different things like that, which is, pretty cool to have been invited onto that committee. And he put on his X account this week, what point system would you prefer? Now, why would he stir it up like this? We all know what's going on here. They have this 16 race elimination, not 16 race, 16 driver elimination over the course of 10 races. And, it's contrived. We understand it's contrived. But he says, if you could, what point system would you prefer? The current system, a 10-race chase like we used to have when they first went to this system, a whole season championship, which is what we call the Bob Latford point system. He was the guy that invented that point system, and which absolutely will reward consistency over the course of a whole season, or something else. And 60% of the people that answered in this poll on X said the whole season, the Latford system. Next was the 10-race chase. Then was something else. And in last place with 7% of the vote was the current system. So the fans aren't all that thrilled with it. Hello, it's not a big surprise. everybody knows it's contrived, but what we need to remember is it's not so much what the fans want. NBC has the end of the season, and they have to compete with the NFL. All right? It's the network's call. They have to have a system that makes it compelling to watch a race instead of a football game. Well, now, I'm sorry, it doesn't happen. NFL is still king. They still outdraw everything, but NBC is doing what they can to make it interesting and have people find a reason to have to watch a NASCAR race towards the end of the year, and that's pretty much what we have right now.
They could put they're doing their gimmicky bracket thing now that has the ties, the silver spoons battling it out for $1 million. They could put that at the end of the season if they really want to have something exciting at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And then they don't have to mess with the points. Let the chips fall where they may.
And then perhaps bump that $1 million, which suddenly doesn't seem like all. And listen to me, that doesn't sound like it's all that much for what all goes into it.
Well, and if we can get NASCAR to open up their books, thanks, Michael Jordan, then we'll know that they can afford to put a lot more up.
Good one. Yeah, that's a way to do it.
I think you need to look no further than what you got going on in IndyCar right now to see why NASCAR has the system they have now. IndyCar is being absolutely dominated by Alex Palou. Alex Palou today could clinch the championship. You have an entire month of racing to go yet, including a race in Milwaukee. And we have. And I think that's why they did it. And I get the angst. I get that, Joey Logano has won, 2 out of the last 3 championships, and he was terrible all year long. He's terrible again this year, and there's a good chance he could win it. I get all that. But, I still think this format, you need to build the excitement. And I totally understand why NASCAR is doing it. And I think in order, you got to have the excitement of the 4-team playoff, and it gets you going, and you get all the build up to it. And the current system, or the system you have in IndyCar right now, you don't have any of that. And that's what we'd be going back to. So, I'm old school as well, but I totally see why NASCAR did it the way they did it. It's not perfect system, but it builds the excitement for the last race. It gets people to show up. And, when we go to Homestead starting next year, it could be a completely different ending, because the racing could be completely different, and all of a sudden everybody's going to say, hey, this could be great again. So, I think the angst is just that we've been at Phoenix, and the track is a little more straightforward, and Penske dominates it, and I think that's why people are getting so upset about it.
There you go. I really like Danielle Trotta. I think she's very sharp young lady that really knows her stuff. But she had to go and insult Mark Martin, whether it was on purpose or not. Didn't she say something like, from a guy that's never won a championship or something like that? Maybe she was referring to Denny Hamlin.
She did not. Did she say that?
Something. Well, I probably have it out of context. I'll take the fall.
They were discussing it, and they said, and that kind of comment came up, and I wasn't sure who they were referring to, if it was Mark Martin or Denny Hamlin. They kind of wasn't Mark Martin because some of the backlash that came through. Interesting to me is that I'm thinking that they're not listening to Mark Martin much in this committee, because I don't think he would have put that out there for everybody to know, or to put that kind of poll out. So that's kind of, to get to that point, I think the guys that know how to play this game, and Mark's one of them, they really have to be not listening to him for him to go that route. And maybe on the NASCAR side, they were a little upset that he put it out there more than that. And,
a little salty.
Yeah. I was a little disappointed to hear that, because I really think she's sharp. But I got to tell you, if you're on the NASCAR channel on Sirius XM, you're doing the NASCAR narrative. That's how it works, If you don't believe me, listen to that Godfather dude who self-proclaimed himself the Godfather. I mean, he is NASCAR's spokesman, and it turns out Danielle Trotta and Larry Mack are doing the same thing. I always thought Larry Mack was just a little bit more independent, but we have to remember that this is the NASCAR channel they're all on.
And they listen to him enough, and Larry, I listen to him enough, and Larry does bring out his own opinions, and he does contrary, he does do a lot of things against, NASCAR, not like big time, sticking their eye stuff, but he does have, opposite opinions of a lot of things, and he brings them out quite often.
He dissents, but he does it in a very politically correct manner.
Yep. Not like the Godfather who'll tell you it's sunny out right now, and if NASCAR says it's cloudy, he'll say no, it's cloudy. That's how he is.
Moody
right.
Moody is the MSNBC of the Democratic Party.
Yes.
I'm Dave Moody, my godfather. We're glad you tuned in. We got some results for you from around the world. Right there it is. Well, and we'll talk about all that when we come back. Thanks for tuning in.
IndyCar is back at the Milwaukee Mile August 23rd and 24th. The Snap-on Milwaukee Mile 250 weekend features a high-stakes NTT IndyCar Series race on Sunday, and the free fan zone will be buzzing with energy all weekend long. Don't miss out on the non-stop action. Get your tickets now at WIStatefair.com for an electrifying IndyCar experience at the Snap-on Milwaukee Mile 250 weekend, August 23rd and 24th.
As a growing manufacturing company, we needed security solutions. We chose Bonafide because of the services they offer, pricing, and trusted reputation. But it's their outstanding service and support that convinced us we made the right choice with Bonafide.
When businesses need security, they contact Bonafide Security Solutions. From locks and alarms to safes and surveillance, we do it all. We are Bonafide. We protect what you value. For your free security survey, call us today or visit bonafidesafe.com.
The summer heat is on, and PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend has everything you need with fresh mulch arriving daily. From premium hardwood mulch to hemlock and pine bark to EnviroMulch in red, gold, chocolate brown, and black colors. PMF also has a large variety of decorative stone and granite, as well as field stone, topsoil, and compost. For all your landscaping needs, visit PMF Landscape Supply, 5470 River Road in West Bend. Call 262-338-8800 or visit pmflandscape.com. Friends of racing for many years. PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend.
Rev up for the Motul Sports Car Grand Prix with IMSA at America's National Park of Speed. From July 31st to August 3rd, experience North America's premier sports car series at Road America. Witness edge-of-your-seat down-to-the-wire battles featuring elite machines from nearly 20 top manufacturers. Mercedes, Ferrari, Chevrolet, Aston Martin, and more. Don't miss the perfect blend of driver skill and cutting-edge technology in this adrenaline-filled weekend. Get your tickets now at RoadAmerica.com. The Motul Sports Car Grand Prix with IMSA, where speed meets precision.
Hey, Badgers fans, miss this?
Hello! Touchdown, Wisconsin! That's how you start!
Badgers football returns to the game August 28th.
All the way! Touchdown, Wisconsin!
Listen to the Badgers all season, 97.3 The Game.
And now the LTN Hour presents Dirt on the Dirt with Brian Schmidt.
Another busy week of dirt track racing across the country as we're dodging rain bullets all over the place. We'll start Tuesday night in Eagle River, Wisconsin. The USRA Limited Lights. David Bennett was your winner. The IMSA stock cars went to Hot Rod Snellenberger. Granby, Quebec, Canada. The short track Super Series big block modifieds were up there, who Stuart Friesen participates in that. I had a good conversation with Stuart Friesen this week talking about that series and the Wagner motors that they run in that series. He's got two of them. So we talk about Wagner sponsoring the race tonight at Slinger. He did not win that race that night, though. He finished second to Matt Shepard. Also Tuesday night in Sarver, Pennsylvania, Lernerville Speedway, the High Limit Sprint Car Series. Don Martin Silver Cup World of Outlaw regular Carson Macedo took the High Limit money. We move to Wednesday, Indianapolis, Indiana, Lucas Oil Raceway Park. Yes, it's a pavement track, but the USAC Silver Crown Series was there, and CJ Leary grabbed the win. York Haven, Pennsylvania, Baps Motor Speedway for the World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Anthony Macri picked up the win there. Bill Bailaw got a strong run, finishing third that night. Fairbury, Illinois, Flow Late Model Night in America, $20,000 win for the super late models. Bobby Pierce was your winner there. Moved to Thursday night up in Anago, Wisconsin. The Leg Lane County Speedway had their one and only race of the year up there. The Fair Special. IMCA Modifieds were the headliners. Wyatt Block was your winner, and the stock cars went to Tyler Schrimpf. Indianapolis, Indiana, the dirt track at Indianapolis Motor Speedway held the opening round of the USAC Amsoil National Sprint Car Series Indiana Sprint Week. Justin Grant grabbed the win there. We moved to Friday night. The World of Outlaws were supposed to run a two-day show in Williams Grove. Both of those events rained out. Chilton Friday night at Gravity Park Speedway. The Modifieds, Jesse Cullen was your winner. Grand Nationals went to Jeff Richards. Stock Cars was Marcus Hopner. Beaver Dam, Badger Midgets were the headliner Friday night. Parker Jones won his 7th Badger Midget feature in a row Friday night there. He's on an absolute tear. Seymour, the Outagamie County Speedway, in the late models, Brett Swedberg was your winner. Modifieds, Dan Radel, and the stock cars was Tyler Wendt. Luxembourg at the Luxie Speedway, the modifieds went to Mike Whittlestat. Stock cars was Nick Bakarma. Superior, the Gondik Law Speedway for the Wissota late models, Pat Dorr was your winner. Menominee, the Red Cedar Speedway, Wissota late models went to James Giassi. USRA Limited lates went to Triton Kraus. Wissota mods, Jake Hartung. Over in Darlington at the Lafayette County Speedway Friday night in the limited lates went to Jason Robbins, and the modifieds was Mike Garland. Fountain City's Mississippi Thunder Speedway for the IRA Sprint Cars. Jordan Goldsberry grabbed the feature win there Friday night. Lake Odessa, Michigan, the I-96 Speedway for the Great Lakes Super Sprint Series. Scotty Thiel from Sheboygan picked up the win over there in Michigan. Putnamville, Indiana, the Lincoln Park Speedway, night number 2 of Indiana Sprint Week. Robert Ballou was your winner. Fairbury, Illinois, Friday night for the World of Outlaw Real American Beer Late Model Series, the Prairie Dirt Classic. They had 4 5,000 win preliminary features. Brian Shirley, Bobby Pierce, Brandon Shepard, and Hudson O'Neill were the winners amongst the 79 late models they had show up for that event. Last night at Plymouth in the MSA 360 Sprints, Kevin Karnitz was your winner. The IRA Wingless Sprints were there. Adam Taylor was your winner. And the Grand Nationals went to Nick Schumacher from 14th to the win in the Grand National feature there last night. Who says you can't pass on the dirt? He says no. Francis Crick, the 141 Speedway, IMCA Modifieds, Adam Crapser was your winner. Stock cars went to Jamison McDonald. Beaver Dam, the IRA Sprint Cars, Scotty Thiel. If you watch this race, that was a heck of a race last night. Yeah, it got kind of late. But Scotty Thiel hit the wall, bent his wheel. So they always call him the big wheel. Last night he was the bent wheel, Scotty Thiel. Wheel. That thing was hobbling back and forth. He got out of the car after winning that feature. He says he's going to have to go to the dentist right away. He said that was the roughest ride he's ever had. But he picked up the win. Parker Jones won in the Badger Midgets for his 8th in a row, and they had a $10,000 to win Legends feature there last night. Preston Martin from North Dakota came over and took the money there. Shawano last night in the modifieds, Lucas Lambry was your winner, and the stock cars was Devin Snellenberger. That's Hot Rod's son. Ashland in the Wissota modifieds, Brandon Kopp was your winner. Cedar Lake in the modifieds went to Calvin Iverson. Rice Lake, the Wissota modifieds went to Blake Adams. The USRA Limited Lates went to Cooper Sunby. Fairbury, Illinois, this morning for the World of Outlaw Real American Beer Late Model Series. They had rain there, delayed the feature. The feature finished at 2:41 this morning for $50,000 to win, and Brian Shirley grabbed the win. Brian Shirley's car is owned by Bob Cullen, who lives up in Chilton, Wisconsin, so kind of a local flavor to that victory there last night. And that wasn't even the biggest money race of the weekend. The biggest money race of the weekend was in Ogilvie, Minnesota, the XR Events Big Deal 25. Last year they had that race in Fountain City, Wisconsin. This year they moved it to Ogilvie, Minnesota. $125,000 to win in the modifieds, and Kyle Strickler took home the money there. That was a late one, too. I think that ended around midnight last night. So that is everything for this week.
All right, on to the asphalt side of things. Last Sunday at Slinger, the 602 Craters winner was John DeAngelis. Late model feature winner, Evan Hassler. Thursday night, Kokona got rained out. Friday night at Norway, they had double features for the Super Lates, and Joey Pomprion picked up both of them in his Toby car. Brent Cruz was the winner for the ARCA race at IRP. Golden Sands, night 1 of their showdown at the Sands. Pro late model winner was Mark Eswine in his Toby car. Thomas Sparta Speedway had a doubleheader for the CWRA. Paul Payne swept both of the features. At Madison, the Midwest Truck Series was there. James Swan picked up the feature, and the Midwest Tour was won by Casey Johnson. If you have not heard yet, Casey is not going to be able to be at Slinger today. More on that in a little bit. Grundy County was also rained out last night, by the way. And then NASCAR Xfinity Series, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, it was Connor Zelich. We talked about that already. ASA Stars Tour was at the Anderson Speedway for the Red Bud 400. Cole Butcher ended up picking up the win. Austin Nason was 7th. Derek Kraus was 12th. Notable, though, Kraus broke the track record setting fast time, led a pile of laps, and then suffered from some heat exhaustion that took him out of the race.
I guess it was pretty damn hot, huh?
Oh, it was very hot. We were there. We had seats up in turn number 4, so we had a really nice breeze up there. But right at the end of the race, I walked down to the start-finish line to go into Victory Lane, and it was like walking into a brick oven. I mean, there was no breeze down there. Cole Butcher got out of the car, stood up. He couldn't even put his arms up in the air. He almost fell down. And that was after they doused him with 2 bottles of water. I mean, that was oppressive. That was a tough one for those guys. Even some of the most in shape kids were even like, oh my gosh, that was hot. I mean, right, Dan, that was a tough one.
Yeah, that's one of the hottest ones I've been at. And like I said, I didn't realize it when we were up in the stands. We went up in the top row on the grandstand. You're up high, and you do have some breeze up there. But when you got down towards the track when the air wasn't moving, yeah, it was pretty tough down. And then the whole weekend has been that way, Friday and Saturday. And you kind of chased some rain a little bit, but it all held off, and we got the race in. So.
And Ty even said that, Majeski, about the truck race. He said that he works out and he stays in shape, but even he was a bit spent after that truck race on Friday night as well.
Humidity gets everybody.
By the way, was won by Lane Riggs, and Stuart Friesen got DQ'd from third for having the front end too low. Womp womp.
Ty was 5th. Luke was 12th. He's doing better in those trucks now. He's moving on up. Indeed. By the way, speaking of Luke, he's going to be at Slinger Speedway tonight. There's going to be.
I have more results.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I should have probably put the ASA race toward the end so y'all could keep yakking because music is starting here. I'll quick buzz, Matt. Bear with me. Golden Sands Night 2, the showdown at the Sands. It was a super late model winner, Justin Mondyke. Toby Carr, Jefferson Speedway late model winner, Curtis Cleven, Toby Carr. Dells Raceway Park modified winner, Matt Pate, and late model feature winner, Mike Litchfield. Lacrosse Speedway double features, Adam Benzik was winner of number 1, Tom Lethe, winner number 2. And then at Berlin Speedway, they had Christmas in July, 75-lap pro late model. Tyler Lupton was the winner. Bubba Pollard went there instead of the ASA Tour at Red Bud, and he finished second there. And now you can chat about Slinger.
We're going to take a break and come back and talk a little bit about Slinger tonight. So we'll be right back.
Be at the Fair Park in Plymouth this Saturday night for an exciting night of racing. This week, it's the always popular Candy and Coin Drop presented by Vandervaart Concrete and Kids Glow Stick giveaway sponsored by Modern Woodmen of America. Also, see the Sprint Cars, Grand Nationals, B-Mods, and Lightning Sprints. Gates open at 4:30, qualifying at 5:30. Saturday, August 9th, it's championship night for the Super 6 late models. Awesome food, covered grandstand, all at the Fair Park. We'll see you there.
IndyCar is back at the Milwaukee Mile August 23rd and 24th. The Snap-on Milwaukee Mile 250 weekend features a high-stakes NTT IndyCar Series race on Sunday, and the free fan zone will be buzzing with energy all weekend long. Don't miss out on the non-stop action. Get your tickets now at WIStatefair.com for an electrifying IndyCar experience at the Snap-on Milwaukee Mile 250 weekend, August 23rd and 24th.
Miller Sales and Service of Random Lake is where to go for a trailer, no matter what you're hauling. Tom and Jerry Miller have been selling trailers from B&B, Trophy, and Bravo for over 50 years. Quality and integrity is what put them on the map on the corner of 57 and K since 1939. Home of the number 89 dirt and asphalt cars of Brad Miller. That's Miller Sales and Service. It's where to go for a trailer, just 20 minutes north of Milwaukee. Call them 920-994-4358.
From racing engines to street engines, long blocks to turnkey packages, or complete custom engines, just ask and Wagner Automotive can fill your needs. All backed by many years of racing experience. These years of experience have provided reliability and performance that customers need to win races. Wagner's has been building championship-winning engines for top teams from NASCAR to short tracks in your backyard. This expertise has carried over to street engines they supply to top custom car builders. The Wagner Company, in the heart of Wisconsin, is outfitted with the state-of-the-art machinery necessary to design, manufacture, build, and test custom engines and their accessory parts. Dyno services are independently available for anyone needed to test their engine. Wagner's Company can also provide you or your company with production CNC machining or welding services. All your questions and requests are handled personally by Casey Wagner. Just give us a call at 920-394-3557 or visit our website at WagnerAutomotive.com.
Rev up for the Motul Sports Car Grand Prix with IMSA at America's National Park of Speed. From July 31st to August 3rd, experience North America's premier sports car series at Road America. Witness edge of your seat down to the wire battles featuring elite machines from nearly 20 top manufacturers. Mercedes, Ferrari, Chevrolet, Aston Martin, and more. Don't miss the perfect blend of driver skill and cutting-edge technology in this adrenaline-filled weekend. Get your tickets now at RoadAmerica.com. The Motul Sports Car Grand Prix with IMSA, where speed meets precision.
This is The Herd.
Wow, 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 wow.
With Colin Cowherd.
Aaron loves to make people think he's a mystery, and the media can't figure him out. And he does that because it invalidates us. And we're the one group of people he can't control. He's worshipped by football people. He's loved by teammates. The one group he can't control, us.
This is The Herd. The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 11 on Fox Sports 920.
Hey, our buddy Jasper at Chimney Mechanics wants to remind everybody that summer is the best time for your chimney inspection before the fall rush. LTN listeners receive an extra $25 off if you do it by August 1st. That's coming quick, folks. You better call. It's a good way to do it. Check them out at chimneymechanics.com. Tonight is the Slinger, the Carl Wagner Memorial, 7th annual already. I can't believe time has gone that quickly. We've heard some names. Rich Bickle is going to race tonight, allegedly, if his car comes, and it's supposed to. And this time, really?
The car was there. It was on track. It was there a couple days ago. It's already been on track. It's there.
All right. So Bickle will be there. Luke is supposed to be there. Derek, is he okay? Is he going to be okay to race tonight? Cross? I guess.
They had talked about it last night, and I don't know how much damage his car received. I mean, when we were standing there talking to him yesterday, Dan was talking about how we're going home and we're going to be there for the race, and Derek says, "See, Dad, we should go in too. They're going to run." And Mark, who was already spent at this time yesterday afternoon because of the heat, was like, "I will see." And then I talked to him a little later in the evening, and he said, "We'll see how it goes because you just have to change the carburetor on that car." But he did get roughed up a little bit in that race last night, so I don't know. But they were working on it while they were sitting in the infield waiting for the race to end. So I guess it's all going to depend upon how well Derek feels, when they get going today.
And Penn Sauter's name has been thrown around about coming tonight too. It's $5,000 to win. If you win with a Wegner engine, it's an additional $5,000, and it's $2,000 credit for the top finisher that has a Wegner engine in their car. So if you win with a Wegner in there, it's $12,000 for a weekday show. I mean, this is pretty cool stuff. You keep talking, Persis should be higher. How about this one? That's pretty cool stuff. And, by the way, I wasn't here. Congratulations to Ty Majeski on winning the Slinger Nationals. First one I've missed in a long time, but I did get to watch it on TV. So that's pretty cool.
Tonight, if you come early, I think it's the first of the 50 fans are going to get a giveaway. There's some kind of giveaway going on, so show up early and get your prize.
There you go. A couple things. The TV ratings last week. NASCAR wins it on TNT and True TV. You could stream it and watch it anywhere in the world, even Germany. Got 2 million viewers. Xfinity Series got 1 million viewers. That's on the CW. Motocross on NBC had 926,000, which beat IndyCars on Fox with 734,000. I'm just wondering what the disconnect is there. Why aren't IndyCars more popular than they are? They're just not getting the eyeballs. It's amazing.
And IndyCar's not helping themselves today again either. So they're racing in Laguna Seca on the West Coast. The race is starting at noon local time there, which is 2 o'clock our time here. 1 hour into the Brickyard 400. If you really wanted to improve your ratings, why wouldn't you run that race after the Brickyard 400, especially when you're on the left coast? Makes no sense to me.
Congratulations, the Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Fame nominees. They announced the winners this week. Kenny Richards, Brad Dahmer, Harry Neitzel, Donnie Scheffler, and my buddy Ted Dolan going to the Hall of Fame. It's pretty cool stuff, and that'll happen the first Saturday in November. Make your plans to be there now. Couple other things. NBC is discussing and putting out some, we're going to have a new sports cable network. We think it's going to start in the fall, but that would be nice. Nothing wrong with coming out with another new one. That's a good one. Also, the picks. I guess you guys did some picks while I was gone, and I'm guessing that you didn't have the greatest luck in the world. Did anybody get it right last
Yeah,
night?
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Well,
just because you're no good at it, Todd, doesn't mean we aren't.
Amen to that. Well,
it's your own damn fault. You picked my normal guy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I saved you the problem of taking them. Well, this week, I'm looking it over, and I'm thinking it's a total crapshoot. So throw every number in a box, and I'm going to pull one number out, and it's going to be number 5. Kyle Larson. All right. Who's next? Dan, what do you think?
I'm going to go number 24, William Byron.
Okay. Brian?
I think I'm going to go with the 6 car, Brad Keselowski. He had good averages in practice, so I'm going that route today.
This program has come to you live from multiple locations. Any and all comments expressed on this show do not necessarily express the opinions of the station, its employees, or advertisers. Your comments are always welcome at mail@ltnradionetwork.com. Find us at facebook.com/LTN Radio Network. And thank you for your support since 1985. Tune in again next Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time for the LTN Hour on the LTN Radio Network.